Hi, my name's Trevor and this is High Desert Tactical, and today we're going to talk about some tips on how to get that nasty gas block off your Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sport. We're going to be using the A2 iron sight gas block as an example today. So it's been a very common issue where Smith & Wesson's gas blocks are notoriously hard to get off without the aid of probably a gunsmith or a machine shop. But I'm going to give you some tips on actually how to do it in your garage. You will need a couple tools and we'll cover that as well. So the first thing that you want to do is actually get the pins oriented to you so you know which directions they're actually going into the gas block and need to come out of the gas block. The industry actually goes from left to right. So when the pins are being put into the gas block, they're inserted on the left side of the gas block and are punched in through the right side. Well, Smith & Wesson has decided to actually go the opposite direction, and they're actually put into the gas block from the right to left. So let's orientate ourselves with the gas block so we know which side is the side that needs to get pounded on. So if you were to safety check your gun thoroughly, make sure that it's perfectly inert and won't do anything crazy to you, you're going to basically look down the business end of your barrel, have the sight on the top side of the barrel, and you're going to look on your left side. That's the side that you're going to want to pound on to get these pins to come out. The second thing that you want to do is, instead of using like a urethane like punch block or a roll of duct tape, you're going to want to get this gas block on as solid surface as possible. And the way I had to do this is I actually took another hammer and used the nook or the belly of the head of the hammer to rest the barrel and the gas block into it so it had a nice solid surface and wasn't wobbling around. Then you want to basically get yourself a nice big persuader. This is a 24-ounce hammer, and I almost felt like it wasn't enough. Those little teeny hammers that come with the gunsmith kits that you get through Wheeler or RCBS or whatever, they're really not going to work very well. You want basically a big frickin' hammer. The next thing is you're going to want to get two steel punches. You're going to want to get a 5/32 punch and a 1/8 punch. So they do make punches in brass, obviously, but you want to go with steel because we need as hard as metal as we possibly can. So when we're pounding on these pins, you can really get some weight into them. The one thing about these punches that we have an issue with is that they're already flat right out of the box. And what happens with that is, with the flat punch, it glances off that round head of that pin and it makes it really extremely difficult to get a firm whack on it. So there's a couple ways you can do this to fix this. Is one, you can actually buy a punch. If you're patient enough, you can get those through Brownells or Midway, where they already have a convex end, so they're designed to sit on round pins, and that's one way to do it. Or two, if you have a nice drill press and a way to actually mount these suckers in there, you could actually take a nice carbide bit and drill an indentation into it to get a nice indentation. Or three, what I had to do, because I don't have any of that stuff, is I basically pounded on the end of these things on a piece of steel so it would actually mushroom out a little bit, and then I took my hammer and just racked onto it as I rotated the pin onto the steel surface and took those mushroomed edges and rounded them back into it, and it gives you a nice convex, or yeah, concave end, which will center really nice on the pin. So now we got everything figured out. You're gonna wanna take this punch, you wanna take your 5/32 first and center that sucker on there. You can soak the pins in PB Breaker, Croyle, Tri-Flow, WD-40. I did that. I don't know if it really made a difference or not, but you're gonna wanna just hit that sucker as solid and as hard as you can. You don't wanna tap it, you just wanna whack it a nice solid hit, and you're gonna hit that pin until it basically goes flush with the surface of the gas block. After that pin is completely flush or in the gas block, you're gonna wanna take that 1/8 punch and basically give it a good couple whacks and it'll come right out. So I hope that helps you guys. If you have any other questions, please ask. I will do my best to get you an answer. But this is Trevor with High Desert Tactical. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. You guys take care, and I will catch you later.